Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my December 2021 TBR. So, I have a whole stack of stuff that I would like to get to, a pile of possibilities, but I'm not going to put the pressure that I have to get to these. Some of these are from my November TBR that I did not get to. Some of them are just ones I was trying to get to by the end of the year, but also I don't care enough right now. I did a whole clean out of my currently reading, which I'm not sure I'm going to have that video up before or after this, but I'm going to have talking about all the books that I put on hold that I've started this year and just haven't got to. And I'm just not going to force myself this year to try to get them done. A lot of times I try in June and December to finish those, but this year just is not going to happen. I have too many things going on with work and the house repairs and stuff, so I am not in a position to be playing with my reading. So I'm just going to let myself pretty much mood read. I'm hoping to mood read from the stack of books that I want to read, but we'll see. Like I said, I could pull up anything, and I have audio books and ebooks that also are not even here that I could definitely pick up. We'll see. I'm not sure. So the only three books that are like for sure on my December TBR are the books from the Kate Daniels series to finish it out. So again, I'm reading these with Tia and all the books, so we've been reading them all year. We're just about done. Yay! But they're so good. So book 9.5, Iron and Magic, we're hoping to read starting December 1st, so we're going to read that. And then book 10 in the Kate Daniels series is Magic Triumphs. So again, the Kate Daniels series is urban fantasy series following Kate, who was a mercenary who gets involved in kind of all the all the creatures and things that have come out the world. Is an alternative Atlanta where the world magic has come back into the world, so it's kind of thrown a wrench into everything. There's certain things that when the magic is up, you can do all these magic things, and then when the magic is down, technology will work. So tech doesn't work during magic, and so there's a lot of things that are different in this world than nowadays. So it's a really cool twist on that. Again, it's her and the people that she meets and things that grow. And then again, this is book 10, so this is the finish of her arc. So I'm so excited to read this. So we'll see how that goes. And then also want to read Blood Heir, which is the first book in the Kate Daniels world. There's a lot of side books. Again, the Iron and Magic is also a kind of a side book, but it's 9.5 in the series, so we're going to read that, and then this one is afterwards. So, I am so excited to finish this series. It is definitely one of the best things I've read this year, the experience of reading that with Tia, and I'm just so excited to finish the series, because it's a series that I had 5 books on my shelf, and I'd only ever read the first book for years, and so it was really great to get into that and get that done. So that is my TBR. Like, that is for sure. We are going to read those. That's all that matters. Everything else is possibilities. So let's go through those. First, I'd like to do one reread, which is Crusade by Taylor Anderson. This is the second book in the Destroyer Man series. I've read up to book 4, but it's been many years, so I decided this year to, I think early in the year or late last year, I read Into the Storm, which is the first book, and I was supposed to reread more of these, at least a couple. So I was trying to get through the rereads so I could get to read new books in the series, because there's a 15-book series, and it's all done now. I don't own them all because I stopped buying after a certain point. I don't know if you can, there. No, you can't see them anymore. I've blocked them with other books. Darn it. Anyway, there's like I have like 8 or 9, maybe 10. I don't know. So I really want to get back to this. So this is about an alternate history, World War II. Men in a destroyer in the Java Sea. They get sucked into a weather phenomenon, and they and another destroyer go through, and they're finding themselves in another world, like an alternate world where the land looks kind of the same, but it's not. And then different creatures have evolved more on the dinosaur side than the mammal side. So there are some mammals, but it's different ones that have evolved to be humanoid. And it's just, I love these books. It's one of the best cast ensemble books that I've read. Again, I've only read up to book 4, so I really want to get, and that was where it was starting to twist and do some really interesting things. I do like this book. This book just has one really hard scene to read, and I know it's coming, and I think that's why I set this down earlier this year, but I really want to finish this. I'm already, I got 90 pages into it, and it's like 400, so I want to finish this reread, so I would really like to get that done by the end of the year. Another book I've started that I want to finish is A Queen in Hiding by Sarah Kozlov. So this is one of my 5-star predictions. This is the first book in the 9 Realms series. There's 4 books in this series that are all out. And it follows a young girl and her mother who is the queen, and how things just go disastrously wrong suddenly at where they live and what happens. So I think it kind of gives away what happens to somebody who goes into hiding, but don't read the back. Anyway, I don't know. It was really good. It just, I got distracted. I think it was my normal April drop all my books I'm reading and reread stuff. So I do that like every year. For some reason, April is like a rereading month for me, which this year I'm going to try to plan for that. But I didn't get back to this. So this is a 5-star prediction. I would like to get through that. And I also like to try one more book that is on my 5-star predictions, The House at Riverton by Kate Morton. So this is a book that's been on my shelf for a while. I own 5 Kate Mortons and have not read one. So I need to know if I even like her writing style. I don't know. This is like one of the only authors I've ever done this to. Usually I read one book and then I collect a lot of books by an author. But this time because everybody was talking about her books a couple years ago, I bought them all at library book sales. And so I have like quite a few of them. Anyway, so this one I think follows like, it's 1924 and there's like a party and I think someone dies. And then in 1999, they're doing a documentary about this person who died at this party, and one of the maids is telling the story of what really happened. So it sounds really good. Again, I think this is her first book, so I want to see if I even like her. So it's a 5-star prediction, so we have to see. And then I would really like to get to my D'Artagnan romances. So this is the 3rd book in the 3 Musketeers, or the D'Artagnan romances series. This is the Vicom de Bruglion by Alexander Dumas. This is translated by David Coward. I started this last Christmas, and I think I read into January, and then I just set it down at some point. I think I picked up a different classic, and I just didn't get back to this one. So I got 160 pages in. I have 500 pages left. I really want to finish this year, but again, I'm not going to force it. If it happens, it happens. If not, it'll be one of the first books I pick up next year. But I'd really like to finish that. Again, it's D'Artagnan and Athos and Porthos and Aramis. Years later, they're now in their like 50s and getting involved in political stuff all over again, because that's what they do. Anyway, I just should not have set it down. Another book I'd like to get to continue my series is Abaddons Gate, I don't know how you say that, by James S.A. Corey. This is the 3rd book in the Expanse series. I read book 2 in September, and so I want to continue reading these a little bit faster, because it took me 2 years to get from the 1st book to the 2nd book, and I'm like, no, we need to read these a little closer together. And now that book 9 is coming out, either this week or last week, I don't remember what week it was coming out really soon. So now all 9 books are out, so now I want to catch up and start reading them, and so I figure every couple months I could pick one up. So I would like to pick one up this month. We'll see. A book that I would like to at least try is The Reckoning of Gossero Pond by Jamie Jo Wright. So this is one of those more gothic but historical dual timelines. I don't know what someone has secrets, and then somebody later in the newer timeline is trying to figure out some old crime, I think. I don't know. I bought this like a long time ago. I haven't read it yet. I'd also like to get to Challenge by Vita Sackville West, because I loved All Passion Spent earlier this year, and I bought all her books, but I have not read another book by her. I've read a lot of, I've read a biography on her instead, so I need to read her writing. Challenge is one of the odder ones that was published differently, because it was really close to her life. It's about a young man and a girl, I think, who meet each other on a Greek island, and I think I think it's supposed to be really reminiscent of her feelings for an affair that she had. And so anyway, little controversial, but I want to read that. I would also like to get to Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. So this is one of my booktube spin books. I would like to do that. That was done by Rick McNeil. So that was for the fourth spin. So I'd like to at least get this one done. I think this is a sci-fi romance. I think the two princes have to marry for political reasons, and one of them had a spouse who had died, and it's kind of suspicious, I think. So anyway, it's one of those ones that I picked up kind of on a whim, but then it got picked from my booktube spin, so I'd like to get that done. And then the last physical book that I have here is Breaking Badger by Shelley Lawrenston. So this is book 4 in the Honey Badger Chronicles. I read all the rest of them, early in the fall, in the winter last year, or this year. It was last year and this year. Anyway, I think it was more January and February I finished it up. So I didn't know book 4 was coming out until I got a notification, and I'm like, oh, okay. So this is those ones follow like honey badgers, and this is like friends of the honey badgers. I'm not sure. I'm guessing the main character is still a honey. I'm not sure, but the guy is a shifter. So they're paranormal romances. They're super over the top funny. I do really like the Honey Badger series. So I have another one of that. So I'd like to get to that. So those are all the books I have on my TBR. I know it's pretty ambitious. I don't expect to get to everything. It's more of, these are the books I'd like to focus on. Only the Kate Daniels books, those 3 are my prime, are going to happen. I'm going to get those done by the end of the year. Everything else is just hopeful. And I have like ebooks and audiobooks. I have a lot of other things that I will try to get to too. We'll see. But these are the books I think I'm going to read. So any of these that you guys think I should definitely pick up, anything that you've really, really enjoyed. What are you reading for December? I mean, I was going to do kind of a mood reading month, but I just can't do, like, I'm going to mood read these, but I meant like not tell you guys what I was going to read, like what I was thinking about. I thought about that. I just can't. I like doing TBR videos too much to not. So anyway, let me know what you're reading. And I will see you guys later. Bye.